Hi everyone. I just want to share this experience that I realized about about our mind. I think it's a phenomenon that is very interesting to me. For so I'm just gonna be talking without a clear line here. I would just be explaining what's been going around in my mind. So what's interesting to me is from my observation of myself when I think my default mode is to is inside of this personal world of mine where I can where I can kind of just move, and what I'm trying to say is that in this world, in this personal world that is more imaginative inside of my mind, I'm actually arranging my thoughts and decisions there. So so when I imagine what is happening to someone who who thinks like that, who who is not engaged with the real world, I can see their brain is kind of uh, their neurons are activating, and they're activating within this limit that they they don't intrude with their physical movements too much. So imagine parts of a brain is activating and deactivating, and their body is moving along with these short bursts of impulses. And those physical movements, they need to be they need to be contained a within a sensible sensible restraint of movements. So if you see such people, they I think their identity is not identified with their body, but it is instead identified with their mind. It is when that happens, it is as if your your it is as if your there is a world where that is you. So you're identified with your internal world. But the curious thing is that I don't think I don't think most people identify with their internal world. I think they primarily identify with their body. Their movements are there is this sense of preparedness to move with their body. So let's call these people the A type. And people who are more in their mind, let's call them a B type. So for A type, there is this sense of preparedness to move, whether it is moving their hands, whether it is moving their lips, whether it's moving their eyes, but there is a sense of preparedness that their impulses are directly connected to their body. But for type B people, their impulses are directed to their mind instead. Their body is only unconsciously move. When you are in that state, when you're identified with your body, it feels as though you don't really exist. It feels as though your body, yourself, is this mechanism of the world, that is keep evolving. But for the type B people, it is as if their identity is tied to this internal world instead. So yeah, it is more okay. So for type A people, there is this sense of part of their mind is in their body even while they're thinking. No. I think both both type A people and type B people, they are They are actually partly in their mind and partly in their body. But type A people, they are they identify themselves with their body. So their thinking their thinking feels kind of automatic. But for type B people, their thinking feels intentional, feels controlled, while their body movements seem to be automatic. So so it's more of a habit. So so yeah, and for type B people, there is this sense of privacy where what they're thinking is not your business. They can think of anything and keep it a secret. Although, and there is this sense of they don't always agree with what you're saying. So when that happens, even if they retained their position in their mind, there will be these physical movements that show this their discomfort, because because our body cannot lie. Okay, when especially for type B person, there are these agreements come out more through through their unintentional bodily movements. And for type A people, because they are they are identified with their body. So as long as this body is safe, they are comfortable with with just expressing their disagreements. Because their sense of self is more tied to the external, while for type B people their sense of self is tied to the internal. So that's really curious, because I don't even know what the point of me talking about this. Guess I guess I forgot the point, but but it is just something that was interesting to me. And oh yeah, and I think that for type B people, there is this sense of retreating back into into their mind, perhaps because perhaps because their body doesn't feel safe, so they are retreating far back into the reach, far beyond the reach of their body. So they're living inside of their mind, or we can call that inside of their fantasy. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's the point of talking about this. Yes, there is no point beside trying to understand how people's mind work. Also, uh, I forget what I was thinking. There was this something really interesting I wanted to talk about. I can't remember it. I really hate when that happens, and it happens too much when I'm talking. So my train of thoughts are interrupted. Let's end this. See you next time.